Hi, my name is Trisha Blum, and I am the Vice President of Business Consulting at Charter School Capital. And what that means is I advise charter schools on business operations, finances, governance, so that schools can focus on curriculum and educating students. Today, I'd like to talk about knowing your why. That's a pretty common kind of discussion these days out there is what's your why? Why do you do something? What's your reason? And we've all found that it's incredibly powerful. At a school, as in other businesses, your why is your mission statement. It might also be your values, but specifically your mission statement. And the mission statement tells the public why you're in business, why you're educating your students, why you're educating them in a specific way. And so it's important to know your why. Most folks that start charter schools actually have to include a mission statement in their charter application. So you have hopefully put some good thought into it. The challenge I have found as I've worked with some 40-odd schools is that you often put your charter, your mission statement into the charter, and then you never think of it again. Or you maybe will give it to your marketing person to put it up on your website. And again, you get busy and you're grooving along and you're not necessarily paying attention to why you initially started your charter school in the first place. And this can be a little bit tricky for charter schools and other businesses, but specifically charter schools, because what happens is here you are, you've started this great school, you've made this great application, and students are pouring in. They're coming in, staff is really excited to be working at a charter school with that mission. Parents are excited, students may or may not be excited because they may or may not even understand it, but nonetheless, the families understand the mission. And then all of a sudden you start noticing that your recruiting might trickle down a little bit, or that some of your founding families aren't as satisfied with the school as they were in the beginning. And I often recommend that schools go back and take a look at their mission statement and make sure that they are still providing the same mission. And if you're not using the mission as your guide, as a school, you can make the decision as to whether you want to recommit to that mission, or if you want to pivot away from that mission and create a new mission, right? And there are lots of internal reasons and there are some external. We've often heard that a school will go into an area that isn't a popular area for families to move into. They have a mission to serve a particular demographic, and all of a sudden that becomes the area that is popular. So the gentrification challenge is an external challenge that a lot of charter schools deal with. So they've written a mission, for example, that says that they are going to serve a specific demographic, a specific population of students, and they find that because of gentrification, that student is no longer in that area. And so then the schools, again, need to make the decision. Do they recommit to the mission, maybe move themselves, or work on somehow attracting the students that are farther afield, or do they pivot and start attracting a different student base? That's a really easy, not easy to solve, but easy example of, whether you should pivot or recommit to your mission. Some internal ones might be a school where a specific foreign language was the mission and the whole reason the school started. And so for the first number of years the school was in business, it actually provided a specific foreign language program. That foreign language program was very, very attractive to a group of people. Then, as it turns out, there was a lot of good testing results and the school was doing a really great job with its curriculum, and lots of other parents came from other areas. And what happened was that particular language program became less important to the new population. Unfortunately, some of the founding parents and families were dissatisfied because there was a move away from that particular foreign language program into a more generic one. And so again, the school had to make a decision if it was going to recommit to that foreign language program or pivot to something different. Sadly for that school, it didn't actually do that. It just left the mission as it were, didn't actually make any changes, and over a period of years actually lost enrollment and went out of business. So that's why mission is so important and so critical to what we do. There's another aspect to this, right? We've just talked about your mission and how important it is when you're getting off the ground. But I think when you are trying to decide about whether you should pivot to a new mission or recommit to your existing mission statement, you should really be thinking about how the mission affects and serves the entire community and yourself. For example, your mission might be incredibly altruistic, but it may not actually serve the population you need to serve. And so then you have to add some practicality to your mission statement so that you're serving both the pragmatic side and the altruistic side. You may also need to add a piece like the business piece of it, right? Because there may be a reason that you need to be in a certain area to serve your mission, but your students might be coming from another area along with those students. So you really are balancing your mission statement or your why between practicality or pragmatism, altruism, and the business. So creating a mission statement, just like determining what your why is not always a simple one direction. You have to really take in all of the competing, if you will, thoughts and ideas so that you come up with a really strong, robust mission statement, which reflects your why.